Jan friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the news of the day. Now, the latest from Pakistan is that, and this I'm quoting from the Tribune of Pakistan, it says that a cabinet member revealed on Thursday that the International Monetary Fund has rejected Pakistan's request to lower the requirement of arranging $6 billion in new loans. Now, apparently what the IMF had told Pakistanis that you arrange for at least $6 billion. This is the IMF telling the Pakistanis that we need to know whether you can pay back the money that you owe. Now the Pakistanis said 6 billion is a little too much for us because obviously, the Chinese had rolled over a few loans. The Saudis had said, we'll give you $2 billion. The UAE people, the Emiratis had said, we'll give you $1 billion. But the Pakistanis were falling short of something like $2.5–3 billion. So they went back to the IMF and they said that, can you reduce the expectation from us because we can't manage $6 billion. Apparently, the IMF has said no. And according to this, it says, in a policy statement during the National Assembly Standing Committee on Finance, Minister of State for Finance, Dr. Ayra Pasha emphasized that returning to the IMF was Pakistan's only option. According to Dr. Pasha, Pakistan requested the IMF to consider reducing the $6 billion external financing requirement based on new current account deficit data, but the fund did not agree. So, essentially, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif had called IMF Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong, but she's the IMF Managing Director. And even the Prime Minister of Pakistan had called and said that, $6 billion is a little too much for us. And she said, nothing doing, $6 billion it is because you're sinking and because you can't simply keep on taking money all the time from people. IMF is not an ATM machine where the Pakistanis can insert a debit card or a credit card and take out cash. We are responsible for the people who fund us. And Pakistan seems to be a bottomless pit for asking for aid and loans and all kinds of beggary. And this has got to stop. So the IMF has said no. Now Pakistan is saying that we'll go with a new proposal and it's going to go in the month of July for a new proposal and asking for more aid from IMF, which essentially, ladies and gentlemen, unlocks money from countries like China, friendly, brotherly countries, Muslim brotherly countries like Saudi Arabia and UAE. Pakistan has already fleeced the brotherly Muslim countries. Turkey does not have too much of money to give, by the way, right? Turkey may be part of NATO. Turkey may be part of Europe. However, Turkey does not have money to give Pakistanis. Turkey will not give money to Pakistanis. They might accept Chinese currency and give them weapons, but that's about it. If anybody thinks that Turkey is going to write a check of $3 billion and give it to the Pakistanis, Turkey does not have spare money to give to the Pakistanis. Now, inflation in Pakistan is at an all-time high and essential goods are very difficult. Pakistan is a largely agrarian country. Pakistan is a country where 70% of the people are engaged in agriculture, and yet Pakistan is a net importer of food grains. So where does that leave Pakistan? Now, Pakistan has entered into an agreement or is trying to enter into an agreement with two neighbors and one country that is a little bit far away. Now, which are these countries? Number 1, Iran. Number 2, Afghanistan. And number 3, Russia. Now, this is essentially a barter agreement. Goods for goods, swapping goods for goods kind of an agreement because Pakistan does not have the forex reserves to give money in return for goods. So here are two questions for all the Pakistanis who are watching this. Question number 1, why not with China? After all, your relationship with China is sweeter than honey, higher than the Himalayas and deeper than the deepest ocean. Why have you not tried this with China? Why Russia? Russia is far away. And number 2, my question to the Pakistanis is that, goods for goods is fine, but what can you hope for giving other countries? What do you produce? Even food grains, as I mentioned, 70% of Pakistan is engaged in agriculture, but yet Pakistan is not food sufficient. Pakistan does not, food security is a big problem. And the United Nations report, we discussed this yesterday or day before, in which we said that the United Nations says that there is, Pakistan is facing food shortage. Pakistan does not grow enough and does not have enough money to import food for all its citizens. So my question to the Pakistanis is, should you wish to deal with Iran on a barter basis? Iran has so much that it can give you. It can give you oil, it can give you food grains, it can give you dry fruits, it can give you spices, Iran can give you so many things. Iran manufactures a lot of things. not well known to the people, but Iran manufactures a lot of things. It can give so much to Pakistan, a closed economy that has been under sanctions since 1979, ever since the Shah of Iran was ousted and the Ayatollahs took over Iran. Iran has been constantly and consistently under sanctions, but yet Iran produces, Iran manufactures, Iran distributes. What about Pakistan? What hope do the Pakistanis have of giving something back in return to the Iranians, or to the Afghans, or to the Russians? And the shame is not in that. The shame is that even Taliban ruled Afghanistan. Their currency is far stronger than Pakistan's currency. The Pakistanis have just scored. 2 weeks back, they scored a triple century. Now, I believe in the open markets, their rupee, the Pakistani rupee, is trading 310 to 315 to a US dollar. And the IMF is saying, the IMF is pressurizing the Pakistani government that your rates that are artificially managed by you, your government, dollar to PKR I'm talking about, Pakistani rupee to the US dollar, should be the same as in the open markets. And should that happen, ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at the imminent collapse of the Pakistani rupee. Thank you for watching this video, and if you like this video, please press like. Wait for me, I'll come back tomorrow with another fresh news. Till then,